Oh yeah. Back up in here, man. I feel like I'm gonna get on some old school stuff. A 1 2, a 1 2. What up, man?
Microphone check, check, 1 2. All
You
that
dig?
good shit.
You dig? What's up, man? Chris Blake in here, Rolex Risk. It's Tuesday night, man. We talk that talk on Tuesdays.
What
Lot to
up,
get
though?
into tonight. Lot to get into tonight, man. We're gonna talk about this. It's been something in the air here. I don't know if it's the holidays or what it is, man, but it's a lot going on with parents and kids, specifically adult kids, and if not direct parent, like a parenting figure. Because we're gonna talk a little bit about that Jermaine Dupree and Bow Wow situation.
Jermaine
Obviously,
Dupri is his daddy. It don't even matter what his biological is.
yeah. Obviously, we also got I see him, and we also got Master P and Romeo going through their shit.
Hey,
Situation. I got him.
don't the southern in you that don't that shit kind of hurt? It kind of
Yeah,
bothers me, man.
it's a lot going on with them. And then also
Yeah.
we'll get to Michelle Obama. Michelle Obama was talking about kids recently. And Michelle said, man, y'all better not be them kids' friends. Stop that. Cut that out. So we're gonna get into all of that. Let's bring JC up in here with us though, man.
What?
What up, Jay?
Que lo que mi
Jeez,
gente, ya tú
Willikers,
sabes, pues todo en la
Batman.
casa, papi. Esto es lo que hay siempre,
Golly
bro.
gee wowzers, he showed.
Que lo que mi gente.
Que lo que, papi. Yeah. Welcome to the show, papi.
Ya tú sabes, ya tú
Hey,
sabes.
whatever that means. But we in here tonight. But before we get to anything, because listen, man, if y'all want to get with us tomorrow, Wednesday night, we're gonna get into a little bit more ratchet topics. We'll talk about the Megan Thee Stallion. We'll talk about Tory Lane. We'll get into some ratchet talk. We're gonna talk Krishan Rock and Blueface. If y'all want to get ratchet, holla at us tomorrow. We're gonna get ratchet
Yeah, I
tomorrow.
won't be
Don't get it twisted
at all.
Yeah, we'll get ratchet tomorrow. But tonight we just gonna tip off our toe into the ratchetness tonight. We're gonna talk about parenting and everything going on, but we're gonna tip our toe into just a little bit of ratchetness because my bishop just got locked up. My bishop out of New York City, who famously got robbed in his pulpit at his storefront church a few months back. They just ran down on my bishop, so I got to get the information. What happened to my bishop, man?
So you gonna start the GoFundMe or what? It ain't gonna start itself. What you doing?
I think you might need to just find a couple of them chains first.
Man, you know them motherfuckers is titanium. Them aluminum ass chains, bro. You see them Gucci suits? Ain't no way them chains real.
My bishop got locked up, man. What they get? What they hit him with? Let me see. Can I find it? Y'all know what they hit him with?
Yeah. What did they hit him with? I'm pretty sure it was a la fraud, racketeering. Probably got a dope charge knowing that nigga.
Dope charge, pistol charge.
You know what I'm saying? Couple pistol charges.
Come on now, not my
Hey,
bishop.
your bishop got locked up, and you got a Jamal Harrison Bryant trying to open up a weed business.
Yeah, Jamal Bryant said that he looking for people that smell like weed because he wants you to come into the church and sell weed. That's a good money maker for the church, is what he's saying.
So that's another preacher guy, Jamal Harrison Bryant.
Yeah, Jamal Bryant, super famous black
He went to
pastor.
Morehouse.
Oh, what?
Yeah, he originally from Baltimore. I think he's in Atlanta now, right?
Yeah, he's in the ATL.
Yeah,
And he looking for a few good men that smell like weed, huh?
Yeah, he won.
And he went to Morehouse, and he's in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's a Morehouse guy. That's right.
Oh, okay, cool. Man, I'm gonna shut up.
Jamal Harrison Bryant. Hey, Dr. Jamal Harrison Bryant, okay?
Like Dr. Dre?
Nah,
Okay,
he actually got a doctor's degree.
Oh, nice, man.
Like there we go. Oh, they got him with multiple charges too. Damn, Bishop. Hold on, let me get this up on the screen for y'all. Oh man,
Hey, you about the only motherfucker that's surprised after that fucking video came out.
Yeah, I was just surprised.
That's my bitch.
Man.
I'm not gonna sit here and let y'all disrespect my bishop like that, man. He been doing this thing out here trying to work for the Lord.
Man, he disrespected himself with that fake ass robbery.
For real.
That was disrespect to robbers. Actually, robbers watched that shit and was like, man, what the fuck y'all doing?
For real.
Do it right.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody get pistol whipped.
All right, there go my bishop right there. Okay, hold on. Here we go. Let me bring this up for y'all real quick.
Yeah.
Look it up on Twitter real quick. They got my bishop for a few things, man. Here we go. And put this up for y'all. My bad. I'm slow with the draw tonight. They got him for fraud, extortion, and false statements. You dig?
And that
So
suit he got on. That guy's asked for that suit too.
they got him on
everything.
some trumped up charges, man.
They better get his ass for that suit.
Man.
What is that? Fendi? What does he got on? Gucci? What's that?
Bucci and Bendy.
Don't offend.
Bendy and Bucci.
Yeah, for real.
You know what I'm saying? Dapper Dan called them folks on his ass for their fake ass suits. Dapper Dan said, "Hey man, if I can't do it, he can't do that shit either. I just got my deal. He ain't fucking it up for me, man."
Yeah.
Get him up out of here,
bro.
That's who snitched on him, bro. Dapper Dan snitched on that nigga.
Somebody else got some more detail. They said federal authority have arrested Brooklyn Bishop Lamar Whitehead, charging him with allegedly fleecing a 56-year-old parishioner of $90,000 in retirement savings. Now hold on.
Ooh.
She was on her seat. Hold on. She was given unto the Lord. She was blessed unto the ministries.
Motherfuckers ain't got no shame no more, man.
But hold on. How was that his? How did he fleece her out of that money? I need more information.
Look at this suit. Jesus Christ,
I
bro.
need more information, bro.
That nigga he got charged with excessive tackiness, I bet. That nigga's the tackiest motherfucker I ever seen, bro.
This nigga said tackiness.
Oh, you gotta bring back an old word for that shit he got going on, bro. And when he get out, he gonna have to register as a flex offender. Cause that boy was flexing hard, man. What's wrong with that nigga, man? Man, why your bitch was flexing like that, bro? What you think gonna happen, man? It can't be flexing like that, bro.
Yeah, he.
Hold on, I got one for you. I got one for you.
You said you what?
I got one for y'all right here. I sent it to you, Roy.
I can't pull it up right now.
Call him
Let's
out.
go.
Call him out, Courtney.
Let's
Call him out, Courtney.
Hell
Call him
yeah.
out.
What up, CJ?
Yeah, we here though, man. Listen, hey, listen. Well, we don't know what. I mean, he might not have.
It's not the ministry.
First of all, Bishop Whitehead is doing his thing.
Oh my God! Yeah,
you
sure
know that's
is.
my bishop. That's my bishop right there. So shout out to my bishop, man. You know,
about to go fund me, Roy. Goddamn, man. Help your man out.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Out of the 10 years that I've known Roy, about to be 13, I know there's 3 people that man claims to be his bishop, his pastor, and his singer, his worship leader.
Do that.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
Bishop Lamar
Whitehead is my bishop.
Pastor Gino Jennings.
Gino Jennings is my pastor. There you go.
And his worship leader is Dietrich Haddon.
Dietrich
and
Haddon.
how many felonies? And how many felonies between those 3 gentlemen?
My guy Dietrich Haddon got a couple kids out of wedlock, you know.
Okay.
You know, Gino Jennings, he talks crazy to everybody.
Listen,
He gets reckless to everybody.
Bro.
And then, of course, you know, my bishop, man, I had to get a bishop that was fly. I wanted, because TD Jake's not, he kind of old head fly. He like, you know,
Stacey Adams fly.
Yeah, you know, even is what you call him a bishop. What's the other dude that just had a heart attack or something? What's his name?
Damn.
Gray. What's something Gray?
Oh, John Gray.
Yeah, what is he? Is he a bishop or
Pastor John Gray?
Okay, yeah. See, I can't. He just used to like rock a bunch of old school Jordans. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
is that the one that married the singer girl?
No.
Okay.
All these dudes run together. But all right, man. So listen, y'all pray for my Bishop Whitehead, out of New York, man. Y'all pray for him that
we don't claim him. We don't claim him.
No weapon formed against my bishop.
I heard he was born in the Bronx too, man.
No. No, sir. He was born in Staten Island.
Staten Island. Okay. Allen to Staten.
Get out of here, bro.
Shaolin.
Yeah, man. Y'all, listen. What's this? How the song go? No weapon.
No weapon
formed against me
shall prosper.
There you go. No weapon. So y'all, man, if y'all want to put something in on the Melanoid Ministries for
Hey man,
somebody. Yeah.
For Bishop Whitehead, man, y'all drop a little something in there, man.
Man, that boy he gonna have some problems in jail because he'll scam some niggas that's already behind bars.
Wow.
They gonna be up on his ass. Like, hey, bro, happy you're here.
Yeah, what's my 20 G?
Nice to see you, brother. What about that crypto deal we had?
Hey, you know what he gonna do when he get in there? He gonna get in there and turn. He gonna be a Muslim when he get in there.
You think he'll go Muslim?
He gonna drop all that. Oh yeah, he going full Muslim when he get in there.
Mm.
I done found something new. I done found the truth now, brother.
He gonna start preaching. He gonna start preaching. What he gonna do? He gonna have chapel services.
Man, they gonna make that nigga run them pockets.
They ain't got no pockets.
Shit. Have Bishop Whitehead by everybody commissary playing with the Lord name like that. That nigga hustle though. He'll be alright though. He'll be alright.
Yeah, he'll be in there with. Hey, listen, he'll be up 6 cartons of cigarettes within no time. But
oh yeah, he's gonna be running with Casanova and shit.
Facts. So it's been a lot going on, man. With specifically, we'll talk about the situation with Bow Wow, Jermaine Dupri, and then Master P and Romeo. Let's start off with the non-related situation, right? But this is a very influential figure in his life, definitely a parental figure. I don't care what Bow Wow says now. We know that Jermaine Dupri is a parental figure. Here's what started off they little beef or whatever's going on with Jermaine and Bow Wow right now. Let's watch this real quick.
This ain't their first time either, man.
It's not.
106 in Park was created by me. I created the show for Bow Wow. I was watching MTV, and MTV had TRL. And it was catering to NSYNC, and they was catering to Backstreet Boys, and anything white that was coming out that was pop, they was allowing these kids to scream and holler at them. And I'm like, yo, we don't have nothing for black people. Like, where's the black kids that love music? Why don't they have a show like this? So I called Stephen Hill and I said, yo, I got an artist. We need to make a show just like TRL. He said, what's the artist? And I said, his name is Bow Wow. Of course, he was like, I don't. You know, everybody challenges what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Mind you, they wasn't gonna put Bow Wow on TRL like that because he was a rapper. He was a black little young boy rapping, but he also was 12 years old. Nobody on TV was 12 years old anywhere creating this type of pandemonium, right? I went to Stephen Hill and I'm like, yo, we need this show. We need this show. We need a show on BET that shows black artists like this.
Okay, there you go. And you can see Bow Wow, aka Shad Moss, his response under there. JD ain't create 106 in Park. Stop the cap. Stephen Hill, Rick Grimes, and all the great people in the BET office and staff created the show. All I did was capitalize off of what they created and made it mine. I would know I am Mr. 106. I would never take away from someone. That kind of started the back and forth because they've been having some little friction. You know what I'm saying? For whatever. I don't know if it's just Bow Wow is just kind of in the space to. I don't know what it is, but let's talk about it though, because a lot of people would say, let's say that's the case. Some people would say, yo, even if that's the case, hold it down. Why come out and why put that out there, right? Like, even if you feel that way, what's the point of Bow Wow really saying that? Does that do anything? You know, because like really. You know how this go now. Right now, we're in a place in hip hop where a lot of those old heads from like the early 90s and mid 90s to early 2000s are now doing interviews and telling all these war stories, right? And we know some of it is a little cap, you know what I'm
Big cap.
We know some of it is a little cap, you know?
He wouldn't have held that for 30 years, dude. If he created 106 in Park, he would have said that shit a long time ago. Why do they have to do that? They already great. I'm with Bow Wow on this one, bro. You did not create no damn 106 in Park, man. Dog, come on, JD. You a legend, bro. You don't need to do no shit like that. But Bow Wow be capping too, man. I guess it's just when cats. You remember Bow Wow used to cap about the private jet and shit like that?
Oh yeah.
But I think people just seeking so much attention nowadays because they irrelevant now. You know what I'm saying?
It's pretty much what it is, man. They're not popping like they used to be.
Yeah, so they trying to seek some type of attention, bro. Like, yo, go back home, sit somewhere, and
You're
make
still rich, I'm sure.
Yeah, like come on, man.
But that fame, though, you know what they say about fame? It's a drug like no other.
But my thing was though, like, what would it have hurt Bow Wow to just not put that out there, right? For him to just like look at it and be like, oh, that's cap, but just keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. With that, because like now, right, with him coming out and saying that, it kind of made everybody say, okay, well, you know, everybody started going back and saying, well, hold on, you know what I'm saying, Val? Like, let's not act like Jermaine Dupri ain't the reason for like you being who you are now, right? Like, I know people gonna say, well, he was with Snoop first. Yeah, but Snoop handed him off at like 5 years old to Jermaine Dupri. So let's not act like he had this great career at 5, right?
Hell no, I think it was just jumping on the couch in the Gin and Juice video.
Right. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
For real.
yeah, I mean, let's not act like he had this popping career before Jermaine Dupri, right? And they were on like some fathers. They were kind of like Lil Wayne and Baby, which they fallen out too. But you know what I mean? Like, I think it's something to be said. I think this may be a running theme throughout the show. Y'all can disagree. JC, feel free to jump in. Somebody with multiple kids. You got multiple
And a second
kids.
family.
Yeah, and a second family. That like I think.
My man.
And look, I don't have sons, right? I have daughters. I don't have sons, but I am a son, obviously, right? Who grew up with my dad. And I think that there becomes a time. No, no, I'm just saying. I think that there becomes a time, right, in that development where whether it's your dad, your father figure, whoever it is, you get to a point to where you feel like you're, I don't want to say bigger than him, but you're your own man now, right? Yeah. To a certain degree, right? And where does that line? I feel like maybe Bow Wow, because like he's kind of talked a little bit disrespectful, in my opinion, to Jermaine Dupri over the last handful of years. About what Jermaine Dupri actually did for him in his career, in his life. And it's like, at what point do you just become, it's not about you being your own man, it's just about you being disrespectful, right? You're just being disrespectful. You know what I mean?
I don't know, man.
So
if he's capping, it does not, like, you don't got to put that out there like that. Like, that's a harm. Real talk. Would any of us have ever seen that clip? I don't even know what the hell that clip was even on.
So
you're right about that.
No.
What the fuck was he?
I've never seen that clip, bro. Who cares?
Oh, wait a minute. I didn't notice. So he posted the clip of him saying all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's dirty, man. That's not cool.
As a parent, dog. As a parent, I think our job is not to, demand, but rather teach. You know what I'm saying? We tend to demand so much of the kids, yet we don't teach them. You know what I mean? In school they educate, but at home we teach. You know what I mean? And that's the problem. That and I say this because I include myself in this because obviously I'm not the best dad in the world, but I've learned to, instead of demanding from my kids, to rather teach them so that I can have the outcome that I'm looking for. You know what I mean? And that's what I think is a problem a lot with social media families and parents, that are in the game right now, that they've done so much and they demand their kids to do the same, but they don't teach them. They're not present to teach.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is like, at what, I mean, listen, we're not saying that Bow Wow has to kiss Jermaine Dupri's ass forever because he put him on as a young kid. Because let's not make no mistake about it. Jermaine Dupri made a
shit ton of money, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Off a little Bow Wow.
Dog, I heard about, Bow Wow came to the Mall of Memphis. Shut that shit down. He did that at several malls all over the country, bro. Mm-hmm. Bow Wow at his height, before internet, come on, bro. Dude was a beast, man. And like,
Bow Wow was here last year at a little local bar here in San Antonio. And to be honest with you, bro, the place didn't get as packed as expected, but it was still pretty packed.
Oh, he was performing?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he performed a little. He was at a local bar here in San Antonio. And
I didn't even know he's still on the road, like, performing this shit. You know why he's on the road performing? Because JD produced all this shit.
Yeah.
All the songs JD produced. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Still out here touring on this shit, and you want to throw the man under the bus for flogging a little bit. Come on, man. Let that man get his cap off, man. Yeah, niggas went out here throwing. Did JD make a post when Bow Wow lied about being on a private jet? Did he make a post back then? You know what I'm saying? Did he come out publicly and say, Bow Wow, cut the bullshit? Nah, he ain't do that, man. That shit trash, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, when Bow Wow was walking down the block, he thought the people behind him was like trying to notice him, so he was pulling his. You remember that shit, Roy? Or JC? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was like, "Oh, do they notice me? Do they notice me?" Trying to hide. Like, nigga, nobody know you no more.
Yeah.
Like, damn, man, people get amnesia, don't they? That shit weird, man.
Yeah. This is they become irrelevant to a certain point, bro. Like nobody really cares. You know what I'm saying? Like, do your thing, bro. You know, get your bag, get whatever you're trying to do, but don't like
Well,
stop
here's who
so
jumped
much
into
attention,
this.
bro.
Here's who jumped into this though. So it was just really just one way traffic. Bow Wow was kind of just getting his shit off. Pause. And he was kind of going in like, nah, that's cap. You know, said that didn't happen. This is what happened. Da, 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 da. And then also of So Def fame, I believe the first artist of So Def, or one of the first artists, the Brat jumped.
Damn. She
The
hopped
Brat,
in too?
yeah, the Brat jumped in here and was not happy with Bow Wow. She said, "Man, what the fuck?" Right? She said, "I really don't have the time or patience for this, but I got both today." She said, Bow, I can't let you do what I can't let you do is disrespect my big brother JD, who you called your dad for so many years, because that pretty much the role you gave him. And instead of saying hell no, he rocked with it. Which is what we all just said. He did that was definitely the role. She said, "You are being so rude and disrespectful to the person who believed in you, nurtured you, made you a complete star, well, wrote all your hits, accepted
Mm.
when Snoop brought you to him. He has never done anything to you but help. And I ain't finna let you drag the most non-confrontational person who loved, cared for you, and spoiled your ass for years. He isn't and never would disrespect BET execs. He discussed creating 106 before it was created so black people could have their own TRL, no cap. If this is what you want to do, let's effing go. Pull up, little nigga, with your disrespectful ass, so ungrateful."
She
Right?
Damn.
couldn't call, so everybody's just gonna be cloud chasing now. She couldn't call him.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have his phone number. You know what? Actually, man, the way people grow apart these days, she probably didn't have his phone number to call him though. Now that I think about it, but it's
Yeah,
hard for me to believe. It's hard for me to believe that though.
but what's also that old saying though, like your mama used to say back in the day, if you show out and where you show out is where you get woe out.
Come on,
So,
come
Okay,
on,
okay.
come on.
you know what I'm saying? Like he did it in public, so we in public now. We gonna act a fool in public. That's what we do.
All right. That's what we doing now. I dig it. Yeah, I
Mhm.
dig it, man. But it's
'Cause
ugly,
like you
dog.
say, I'm with you. She could have called him, but Bow Wow could have called Jermaine and he could have called Jermaine Dupri and they could have had a good ass laugh over the phone, like, nigga, that's cap. You know damn well. You know what I'm saying?
That's
You ain't
crazy, man. Cause like he ain't never came out and said JD, you know what I'm saying, jerked him or none of that shit, man. Paul, he never said he jerked him, fucked him over, none of that.
Cause
Like,
he
what the
did it.
animosity?
Cause he
What's the
did it,
animosity for, man? That shit crazy, bro.
bro. JD took care of that fool, bro.
yeah,
Man, that shit crazy.
you gotta think, I think Bow has grown up, or Shad Moss as he goes by now, right? I think he dropped a little
That
and
nigga been Bow. He's never gonna not be Bow Wow.
but Shad Moss though grew up his entire life and he don't know no other life. Let's be honest. He got down with them at 4, 5, 5, 6, something like that.
Oh yeah.
He knows no other life but that, right? So, his whole outlook on life in general really is super, super different than the normal person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he doesn't know not being in the room. Like there's the famous story that T.I. told, because I guess from one of his projects they brought.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, when they brought T.I. in to write for an upcoming Bow Wow CD, right? So they're bringing all these writers in to collab to write, and Bow Wow walks in. Bow Wow, like a teenager at this point, he walks in and like snaps his finger at T.I. like, "Hey man, go get me a Sprite." And T.I. had to check him on some like, "Hey bro, who the fuck you talking to?" You know what I'm saying? I ain't no big boys over here, partner. You know, go get your own goddamn Sprite. Fuck you, man. You know what I'm saying? But like that's how he had been living. So he's like 14 years old, like snapping his finger at grown men to go get him a damn Sprite. You dig? So like, his sense of normalcy is so crazy and different from the rest of us. But it's interesting though, because the Brat definitely called him ungrateful. Like, yo, you being ungrateful about what's going on. Like what was
And he is, bro.
But so that's also the question I have though, is that like at what point? Because look, I'm not saying that he got to quote unquote kiss Jermaine Dupri's ass his entire life for doing this. Like he can still disagree with something that Jermaine Dupri says, even though Jermaine Dupri did this for him when he was young. Like he's his own man. He can disagree, but I'm just saying, like, how does shit go? You can disagree without being disagreeable, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
You can agree to disagree.
Well, not even agree to disagree. Just you can disagree and like not be like, fuck you, JC. Fuck what you talking about. You know what I'm saying? I can just be like, hey, JC, I hear what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? Nah,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like you don't gotta, scorch the earth in order to
What's that?
disagree.
Respectfully disagree.
Yeah.
There you go.
Cause like me and my dad disagree on a lot of stuff. I ain't finna cuss my pops out though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just let them have it, right?
On a bunch of and like listen, sometimes man, an older person, you know what I'm saying? You can know something is cap. I used to my dad used to make me hang around older heads when I was little. When I was little, my dad always hung around people that were like older than him, and I would just always be tagging along. So my whole life, I grew up sitting at the feet of niggas telling a bunch of lies to each other. And as you grow older, like because you've heard like the one thing I tell people, right? As a parent is that I noticed myself doing it now, and I didn't know I hated it when my dad did it, but this is how you remember stuff, is that people tell the same stories over and over and over again, right? Yeah. This is how you commit it to memory. It's how you know your story from your uncle and from your auntie because you done heard it 75 damn times.
Yeah.
As you get older, you notice that, hold on, that's the way he used to tell that story. Hold on, hold on, somebody lying now. You know what I'm saying?
Mother got a little more sauce on it, huh?
Yeah. But you let the old nigga make it though. You know what I'm saying?
Let him cook, baby.
You know what I'm saying? He just,
let him cook, man.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, hold on. Courtney Jackson said JD is on his Christopher Columbus.
Hey, you know what happened though? JD was walking around the halls, around the BET execs, and probably said some shit like, man, you know what'd be cool? If we had like a black TRL.
Right.
And just left it at that. Nobody even commented on it or nothing.
Right.
And then 2 years later, they came up with the shit by themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But he remembers saying that shit. You know what I'm saying? So he probably did mention it, but, phone calls and come on, man. You think Jermaine Dupri would have let an executive producer credit get away from him back then? Let that man cap alive, man.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, and it's exactly like you said earlier, Blake. If he really did create it, he would have said something years ago.
Right.
He would have said something years ago. You know what I'm saying? Because believe it or not, every man looks to get their credit, dog. Every man looks. No matter how humble you may be, how humble you say you are, or how humble people say you are, you always look to get that credit, dog.
Especially when the shit's successful.
100%.
Now, when the shit fail, you got to find me to talk to me. But when the shit's successful, yeah. You know what I did what? No, I ain't fucking none of that. No, I ain't got no parts in that.
Yeah.
But when it works, like come on, I'm gonna tell you, yeah, I had a little hand in that,
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, and no man can say that that's not true, dog. Because listen, everybody seeks their credit, dog. Everybody does.
Yeah, Bow Wow found, man. Like, I don't know the inner workings of their relationship today, but man, whatever's going on, I need to talk about it, man. That ain't how you do it, dude.
It's not.
You do it, man.
It's not.
But see, that's the thing. Most people say, "Why bring it to the internet?" And I sit back and I say, as someone who does content, I say, "Well, everybody brings everything to the internet." You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I think we might eat. Now look, I would agree. But we live in a time where really nothing's private now. Like people post everything on the internet. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like people will post some of the stuff that I'll be like, damn, you really want to put that out there? Niggas will be like, yeah, man, I just found out my girl gave me chlamydia. Shit's crazy how women to do you. I'm like, whoa, my boy. You know I'm saying? Like, you want to put that girl?
You can't even get no sympathy pussy for that because they know you burning.
Oh.
Like, what was the end goal with that? Damn.
Nigga.
You did just to try to trend. Like, hey, man, don't be trusting these broads out here. You know what I'm saying? This is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
bro, so I would never put anything on the internet like that, bro.
Well, that I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying, we live in a time where, especially celebrities, I mean, most celebrities and just most people in general, they live their lives on the internet. And you know what's crazy is, like, take Wendy Williams for example. When she had her show, one of the things that like a lot of people got upset about was she made her whole living off of gossip about people. Their relationships failing, stuff going on, right? Yeah. Then when her and her husband was going through stuff, she talking about she don't want to talk about it. The fuck you mean? Hold on.
Like, man.
Hold on. So you get privacy? Fuck
the audacity of that woman.
You dig?
The whole life fell apart. Is she still together? Like Wendy Williams is the potato head or some shit, right? She
really
lost her nose, her arm.
She's having some type of breakdown, like no cap. I don't like, you know what I'm saying? But
man, you can't be that ugly for that long and expect to prosper, man. That shit gonna end one day. She was so ugly for so long, bro. Putting that bad energy out there ever since the early 90s, dude. Come on, you gonna break down? So horrible way to live, man. She was a horrible woman.
Courtney Jackson said in the chat, he said this almost feels like there's a 106 in Park doc on the way, and JD knows no one called him about it. Hilarious.
Oh, he getting ahead of that shit, ain't it? Hey, that makes sense. They gonna call me about it? What they working on over there?
To your point though, Blake, you know what probably happened? I'm sure it's, man, listen, you know what's funny about ideas is that, like, I'm sure it's been probably 100, maybe a couple of hundred people, different execs, music people, producers, who in that time period where there was nothing opposed to TRL for black people specifically, who threw it. Because, like, first of all, there was black shows before on there. One of my favorite shows of all time, you remember Teen Summit? I used to love that Teen Summit shit.
Yeah, I love that shit.
Yeah, BET Teen Summit was like super dope. You know what I'm saying?
That shit taught me morals because nobody else was teaching me that shit. All the TV shows back there, but yeah, especially that, yeah.
So they'd always been that type of programming. So I'm sure that other people had made, like you said, I'm sure JD, I'm 100% positive that JD mentioned something like, hey, you know what y'all should do? Y'all should create a show kind of like TRL. And to your point, I'm sure nobody reacted either because it was already in the works, right? Or that was like the 75th pit person that day. Because clearly, if TRL pops off and everybody sees the success, clearly somebody at BET had already thought, hey, why don't we do this? Right?
Absolutely, like, man. Shit. For every joint, it's got like, so American Bandstand was for the Yakuts, right?
Right.
So then they came out with Soul Train.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So these are not the first shows to showcase music and stars and entertainers and have people screaming and shit like that. Which is even more the reason to let the man have a lie. It's like, fam, none of this shit's original, you know? He probably did put the bug in somebody. You don't know, man. Like, I don't know, man. That's some ungrateful shit, though, bro. I don't get it.
For every Coke, there's a Pepsi, though.
I swear to God, man. I don't get it, man. Like, I could never do that to a man who put me in a position like that, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I want to get to, though. See, so, like, because I'm with you. Because I'm like, I always say one of my fatal flaws is that I can be loyal to a fault, right? Like I'm gonna ride with you, right? Like pause, but I'm a ride with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, especially if you ever help me out, did something like that's what I roll with. You know what I'm saying?
Man, we gotta get a flag every time a nigga do a unnecessary pause. Flag on the goddamn play, man. This was not even a pause, nigga. Flag, throw a flag at this nigga. I'm sorry, I just had to do it, man. Shit, I've been pausing the wrong shit all night, man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But no, like you know, I can be a little loyal to a fault, and so
I feel you.
You know, sometimes, exactly. Yep. Sometimes you get to a point where you you kind of should probably cut some stuff out. You know what I'm saying? Like you like. Sometimes, like we always talk about this, sometimes friendships, relationships, they kind of, you know that they've kind of run their course.
Oh, yeah, like, I just fired a nigga last week.
Like, let's say there was a young lady who, man, when you was down bad, you know what I'm saying, y'all started talking, she took you in, helped you out, put some cash in your pocket, helped you get on your feet, you know what I'm saying? That was 2 years ago, fast forward the jewels and the necklace, and now you in a better space, and like, the relationship just ain't working, but you feel like, man, but like, you know, I can't really, you know, look what she did for me. You know what I'm saying? Like I was on my ass and she did this. You know what I'm saying? Like it could be.
I know that story way too well, man. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it could be difficult to leave that person. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a sense of like, damn, you know what I mean? Like she helped me out. She put me on, or he put me on. You know what I'm saying? Like
make me think some of my ex-girlfriends who was there for me when I fell off.
Yeah.
Shout out to them, man. I don't miss them. I'm a better man now, baby. I swear to God. I don't want you back though. But thank you.
But there was a time where there was that sense of you know, because you know, you should have probably stopped rocking with them 6 months before you actually cut it off. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So
absolutely,
you know,
man. It should be like that.
just imagine. Look at how much money JD and Bow Wow got together for the last 25 years.
And that's what my next thing was gonna be. It's like, ain't none of them bitches ever make me a millionaire though. You know what I'm saying? So while I understand your scenario, it's like that. Come on, man. Bow Wow just ungrateful as fuck, bro. And it's as simple as that, man. Because I'm pretty sure if he's willing to put that out about JD, if JD fucked him over, he would have been put that out too. So he's just being a dick.
People gonna say I'm bringing up race, but fuck it, I'm gonna go here. It's interesting how the only person I've never heard go against somebody that they came up with in a group or was a mentor of, because the game was just recently talking some shit about Dre. I've never heard Eminem say anything about Dr. Dre ever. And I know that they've had to have some type of clashes, some disagreements about him probably trying to go too far with some of his early lyrics about killing his mama and having sex with the dog and all types of wild shit. He was like, yo, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure he was like, you know what I mean? But I've never heard him ever say anything about Dre, ever.
But Taylor Swift dissed her old manager.
Well, I don't got nothing to do with that. Listen,
that's a little bit of white goss. Gossip.
Yeah, I think he went
white guy.
I think he went a little too far.
That becomes a thing. Like Lil Wayne and Baby fell out. The whole Cash Money talk shit about each other. No Limit, they started having problems. You name the rap. I mean, at one point, people was talking about his Big Boy and 3 Stacks still cool because there was a little, you know what I'm saying? It was always a little something between. I don't want to say something, but with Pimp C and Bun B, it was a little, you know what I mean? Like stuff happened, you know what I'm saying? Like not all of them went out and publicly talked shit about each other, but I'm just saying in the hip hop community, this is the one genre in which if you have a problem with somebody, a motherfucker will put it on wax.
Oh yeah,
it's a contact sport, man. Rap is mad competitive. The industry mad competitive. So that's what rap is built on. You know what I'm saying? Like battling and shit like that. So when you have a feud that's a personal matter, shit, they don't know when to stop.
Yeah,
they don't know when to stop, bro. That shit crazy.
But like the thing about with Bow, just to like, because now I'm jumping the other side of the fence. Bow, you became a multi-millionaire because you were memorizing shit that this man wrote down,
and the beats that he made.
Right, and the beats that he made. You were just you were literally just like just an actor, right? You had the look.
Literally.
You know what I'm saying? You were a little guy. All the girls thought you were cute. You know what I'm saying? You were a little short little kid. Had the hair, the braids. You know what I'm saying?
Nigga had hazel eyes, fool. You can't lose being black with hazel eyes.
Whoa, pause.
That is the first valid pause of the night, sir. Pick the flag up, you know.
I mean, he said, "Look at Terrence Howard, right?"
Oh, I just heard that he said he's retiring from acting. Is what?
Ain't nobody booking that nigga no more. Can't retire when your ass ain't getting booked no more. Like,
yo, but he said the most Terrence Howard shit of all time. Though he was like, I've given the best performances that I could ever give. What are you talking about, bro?
Did that nigga win an Oscar for playing DJ from Hustle and Flow?
I don't think so.
I don't think he won an Oscar for that. 3 6 won an Oscar.
3 6 won an Oscar, yeah.
Man, Terrence Howard is batshit crazy, man. It's always been all like that. He fumbled the Captain America bag. How the fuck? He fumbled it so bad they went and put a dark skinned nigga on. And hilarious. I like that. Don't get me wrong, but you know how Hollywood is. At least, especially back in them times, they ain't about to. You know what I'm saying?
It was like, we'll show you, motherfucker.
Motherfucker, we gonna take your spot and give it to somebody that you probably never thought we would have given it. Don Cheadle is a fucking great actor, and they went and got him and threw him in that shit. Dude. Like so. Yeah. Terrence Howard, he a real character, man. But Bow Wow, man, check yourself, bro. Like on some grown man talk, that shit weird. You know what I'm saying? I know you watch No Strings, nigga. Check yourself.
Yeah, he right. He watched No Strings.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
You know, make a post about us, man. Y'all know what the fuck y'all talking about. Oh, bitch ass
niggas. to Bow Wow's credit, though, Stephen Hill of ex-BET fame did come out and say, Jermaine, I think that you're remembering that a little different. Like, he did come out and say, Jermaine, we had already created 106 in Park years ago. Like, it was just in the works. So he did. Stephen Hill former executive of BET, did come out and say that. Now he didn't say it disrespectfully.
Respectfully, he said.
Yeah, he was like joking in it. He had a bunch of LOLs in there. It was like, hey, I think you might be remembering that a little different, Jermaine. LOL, you know what I'm saying? That was technically something we already was working on. You know what I mean? But you know, hey, who knows?
That's
like
trash though, man.
Courtney might be right. There might be, and there should be a 106 in Park doc. They literally were culture for a while with AJ and Free were culture. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I started watching that. I started watching that early. What was it? Late 90s, early 2000s that they created it.
Yeah.
Right?
Late 90s, early 2000s.
And I started watching it. I started watching it with the host. I forgot what his name was. The dude with the braids.
AJ and Free.
With the locks. Hey, there you go.
AJ and Free, man. Free was so bad, bro.
Hey, I thought AJ had so much style, dogs. I used to want to always dress like that dude, bro.
Jesus Christ, what were you on, JC?
Listen, when I was younger, with the crisp white ups,
hilarious.
He did have all the Maurice Malone academics and shit on, yo.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Listen, homeboy.
Listen, if you look at that show, what they spun off, AJ and Free became icons, and they went on to do like I think they still do radio, like local radio, different places. You got those. Yeah, you got I think AJ was working for like I think Entertainment Tonight or something. He did start doing for years.
Yeah.
And then they transitioned from AJ and Free. I forgot who was next, but they had what's the Hispanic chick that does movies and stuff now? She got a Hispanic last name. I can't remember.
Roxy Diaz.
Roxy started popping, and what was the dude that she was hosting with?
Terrence J.
He's in movies and stuff now, off of 106.
Look at that. That was a pioneer show for a lot of people, though.
Yeah, a lot of people.
What the fuck is Carson Daly, old bitch ass at, bro?
You know what's funny? Carson Daly does a show down with like him, Blake Shelton. It's like him and Blake Shelton got like some weird show that they do now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Yeah, Jesus Christ. Carson Daly was that dude. Like people don't understand now how big Carson Daly was at one point. This is old nigga talk, right? This is old head talk.
Oh, yeah. This is 30 plus. This is about 32 plus, ain't it?
Oh, most definitely.
He literally was like, yeah, if you got on there on that show, your shit was finna be through the roof the next week. Your sales. If you got
the only rapper was on it was Nelly, right? Nelly was about the only rapper I used to see on there like heavy like that.
I think 50 came on there. He's a New York guy, so I think 50 when I was like kind of like toward the end of that shit. I remember Usher being on there.
With his Confessions album.
Usher.
Well, this is when he was marrying. I can't remember the chick's name, but he was married. He had just got married to his first wife, and everybody. We gotta have a show on this at some point. I don't want to go too far into it, but do y'all remember when Usher first got married? And it was a backlash because people was mad. Number one, people were still not people, but women were upset that he had broke up with Chili because they was kind of living vicariously through him and Chili, or through Chili with him, right? And then they broke up, and he got married to like a chick that was like a hairdresser named Tamika or some shit. And people were upset because they didn't think that she looked good enough. Women were upset, like, "Oh, you marrying this ugly bitch?"
Women be thinking we be hating. They be hating on each other.
Bro, the reason I remember Usher had to go on TRL, and he was like, "Hey man, my wife's a beautiful black woman, man. Y'all need to leave her alone." I was like, "God damn, this nigga gotta come out here and defend."
Women be hating on women so bad, bro.
100%.
It don't be us. They make it seem like it's us because they can't take accountability. Sorry, women. Not sorry. But they be hating on each other super heavy, bro.
Hell yeah, they do.
That was ill to me. Okay, let's go here. Let's get to some blood. Blood. They say blood is thicker than water. So Master P, New Orleans stand-up, and his son Romeo, aka Lil Romeo, which is ironic that both of this happened at the same time because haven't Romeo and Bow Wow kind of been rivals like their whole damn careers?
Yes.
So this is why this happened. This is why this happened. Oh, you talk about your old man? I got it. Okay.
That's literally what happened.
That is crazy.
They've always kind of like had that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's crazy, bro.
Didn't Bow have the line like 16-year-old nigga making more than your dad? And apparently that was supposed to be a shot at Romeo. But anyway, but So Romeo was upset because of the recent passing, R.I.P. to what's the guy, the dancer from the Ellen Show? I forgot his name.
DJ Twitch.
DJ Twitch. Okay. So Master P came out and put a post up, just a nice little, hey, rest in peace to Twitch. Mental health is real. You know what I'm saying? Da, 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 da. The standard celebrity shit, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, here's what happened. His son Romeo felt some type of way because his sister, Master P's daughter, had just recently committed suicide about a year or so ago. And I guess Romeo was upset because he was like, yo, my sister had been crying out for help and you never was really quote like showing that type of sympathy to her. But now you out here talking this mental health is real. He was like, yo, this is some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Fuck you talking about. Like, you didn't do that for my little sister. You know what I'm saying? You weren't there for her when she was going through her mental health stuff. So he came out and was like, he was like, yo, this is the last straw. I'm done. He was like, mom was right this whole time. Boom, boom, boom. Like he really went in on his post.
Yeah.
Let me just play Master P's response. He did a video response. Here goes Master P responding to his son. Here we go. Oh shit. There we go. There it is.
Today, because I got to get out of character and put this on the internet, which I don't want to do. But I try to call my son. People say, why you call? I did. He don't call back. It's been months. So my question is to Romeo. Like, if you've been in the business for long as you've been in, and you're a 30-something-year-old man, and if you've been around me, watching me hustle and do my thing, why you not where you want to be at? Because that means you're not listening. That means you want to do your own thing. You done brought your own circle of people. But you can't get mad at me because I really thought the only reason I entertained this on social media, I thought it was about the DJ Twitch post I put up. And I thought it was about my daughter's death. I thought you was grieving. Mental illness is real. But I want to tell all the people out there that just don't understand how bad my heart hurt. Romeo lost a sister, but I lost a daughter. And for any parent that's going through this, because I know that it brings people closer together or it tear them apart. But I come from nothing, y'all. And I could go back. I'm cool with it. I won't be angry at God. I won't be upset. I won't go get mad and be disrespectful to my parents and none of that stuff. I just said, Dad, thank you for putting me in this world, not to get out and hustle and go do my thing. But that's the problem. When you take kids and you kind of like protect them from the real struggle and the pain, and you don't allow them to deal with their own consequences. And then when they grow older, you never gave me nothing. At 30-something, man, people will go back and look, you've been shining for a long time, son. All you got to do is pick up the phone and call me or come to the house and holler at me. The saddest thing about this is what the people want to see. They want to see destruction. So if you destroy me, what are you going to do for the rest of the family? Are you going to take care? You told me on the post that you put up, you go take care of people in the community. That's what you're supposed to do when you come from that. You go help people. I'm just not helping ungrateful people. I'm not an ATM machine. People can't just say they love me when I give them something. I'm tired of that, y'all. And any other parents, you could be rich or poor at a smaller level. You might give your kid $10, but if that's all you got, I've always fell off, got back up, hustled, did my thing.
All right, there we go.
Or is he wearing some No Limit shoes?
Hilarious.
Some MPs.
Hilarious.
My bad. I know this is a serious subject, but fuck that, man. I just want to know if you rocking them shits. But yeah.
Can I bound a little bit?
Let's go.
I think our kids don't owe us anything, right? Because they weren't asked to be born, right? So I feel like, in turn, like I said earlier, we have to teach them things. So if we, I get that you lost your sister and you grieving that way, and then you see him post about something, about another co-star, celebrity, whatever, right? My thing is this: when something hits me personal, bro, and this may be his take on it, right? He has to grieve on it. He has to get past the pain. He has to get, past everything that comes with it, right? So it may have taken him this long for him to open up about it, and now that he sees somebody else that went through it, that he knows is when he's like, all right, listen, I went through it. I know it hurts. My condolences to, Twitch's family, because this is not an easy thing. You know what I'm saying? So I think Romeo needs to, instead of call his dad out, reach out to him. Like he said, call me. Reach out to him and be like, hey, how you feeling? You okay? I know this may have brought back memories. I know you probably got some type of PTSD going or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's my thing though. Like, but again, we don't owe our kids anything. But if we want them, and it's exactly what I said earlier. If we want them to have the outcome that we want, then we have to teach them to get to that place. We can't force them. We can't demand them. You know what I'm saying? We gotta lead by example.
Most deaf. Most deaf. But like, yo, this is one I was kind of following. And I seen another post, like I think Romeo replied to somebody about how all the money that he made, he never took any of the money or got any of the money because it went to pay Master P taxes.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Romeo might have a legitimate beef from what it sounds.
Mm.
I should have known something was wrong when Romeo started doing the IDCD college commercials. He was doing like community college commercials and shit. I seen that shit. I was like, yo, man, you Master P kid. Why are you doing this? And then not only that, but when Master P started trying to sell food, he was selling pancake mix. He was trying to sell ramens and shit. I was like, oh man, something must be wrong, man. Like out of all this shit that's going on, I was like, nah, this is Master P, bro. This is a Southern ghetto legend. Like, nah, man, he ain't supposed to be out here selling this kind of shit. This nigga trying to be Uncle Ben.
He tried to get with the Aunt Jemima program.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, it's a market now. Shit, they took Aunt Jemima off the package. They can put my face on the motherfucker.
Bro, that's another topic that we got to bound in next time. But I think that whole Aunt Jemima bullshit was stupid. Like, they should have left her on that box.
Yeah, that is a whole different topic, JC. But
it is.
But Master P shouldn't have been trying to take Uncle Ben's place though.
Nah,
so that's how I knew something was wrong. I'm like, man, something got to be wrong with the bread, bro. I mean, don't you agree? Like, dog, you had a gold ceiling at one point. You ain't supposed to be selling no goddamn ramen noodles.
Nah, I agree. But don't he get royalties though?
Let me just say this.
Nobody listen to No Limit shit. Nobody listen to that shit, bro.
I'm a
not even trying to joke.
Flip it on that though, Blake.
What's up?
For this reason though, I'm a little bit conflicted because all these positions that Romeo is in is because of Master P. Like I'm the same thing with Jermaine Dupri and Bow Wow. Like these like these plays that you're getting, like I'm putting you, and like he was super young. He couldn't really get that money anyway at first, right? So I put it out there for this. Listen, I gotta pay these taxes because like you still living with me, little nigga. You 15 years old. If I don't pay these taxes, we all gonna be asked out. So yeah, unfortunately, I gotta use some of that little acting money or some of that little Romeo CD money to pay these taxes if I got behind. Now, is it messed up? Yes, right? It is messed. I'm not saying it's not messed up, but at the same time, still, if you wasn't Master P's kid back in the day, I don't think nobody's really checking for like no little Romeo. Like the whole allure was like, oh, Master P's little son raps too. You know what I'm saying? It was like,
oh yeah,
you know what I mean? Like I understand the back. I don't know. I just kind of see both perspectives on this. You know what I mean? Like at what point are you supposed to be the one getting the money and in control of your own finances? Maybe not until you're 18, maybe. So until then, what am I supposed to do? Just like all the money you make, it just goes into a trust. F the family. We just put all your money into a trust until you turn 18. Like, what do we do? I mean,
I don't know, man. That shit crazy though, man. Because it's like the dude is a ghetto legend, bro. Like to see it, but now he's saying he broke. Like, come on, that shit hurts.
But think about it though, Blake. Like, let's say you have a kid, right? And they become like a kid actor, right? And they're like 9 years old. And like something happened, maybe you had like a good investment, shit went belly up, and the paper is messed up now, right? And your kid is bringing in good money, bro. You might have to take some of those funds and be like, okay, let's bail out the family with some of this. You know what I'm saying? Till we get shit back.
Complete sense. That makes total sense.
You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just bail out the family.
Especially if, and actually, you should be willing to do it because if it wasn't for your old man putting you in these positions, you wouldn't have had it either. So it's like, nah, that makes sense.
So first of all, let me shout out my sister in here. Naomi is in here in the chat. Shout out to my sis. She said
Well,
that's why you don't put your
That's why you put
child.
your to work underage.
That's why you don't put your child to work underage. Now listen, there's
That's
something to be said about that.
but that's for
But
tax purposes, though.
but if your child wants to be a performer, like there is, we got to also acknowledge that there is a market. There is that's a thing, right? Child actors. It's a.
He was the answer to Lil Bow Wow. Well, not the answer, but like he was kind of riding. You know what I'm saying? Like riding that wave. Yeah.
I agree.
Okay. Let me put up his
I mean, why
original
else do you
post.
have
This is the
children?
original.
That's why people had a lot of children back in the day to make them work for them.
This is a
Why
this
else
is
do
a
you
whole
have? You know what
fact.
I'm saying? Hey, JC. Hey, man,
Yeah,
I
this is
better
the
see
original
the
post.
new menudo coming out your household, brother.
Hilarious. So this is Masterpiece's original
Why you
post. I
bullshitting
wouldn't
over
wish.
there?
Masterpiece's original post said, "I wouldn't wish this on no parent, especially." Oh no. This is after he's responding to Romeo. I'm sorry. So this is Romeo first. I'll read Romeo's first, then I'll read Masterpiece's response. So Romeo says, this is when Romeo was responding initially to his dad. He said, "This was the last straw, pops. Stop trying to play the victim. I love you so much that I follow behind you blindly for 30 plus years. You know, we've talked behind closed doors. You aren't the man who you paint to be. And why is it war? Because I refuse to follow your lead. You only want to protect your image, but the image isn't real. And I don't need anyone to feel sorry for me, Pops. I'm truly a man of God. If you really a man of God, then you will prevail in the end, even when I share my truth. I've tried to keep things in house. You are addicted to social media and unfortunately use this app as therapy. 3K post. And when the world find out about the finances outside of a gift or a car, I've never been paid for anything I've accomplished as Lil Romeo, Uncle C and Silk know. You only pay outsiders rightfully, so they'll speak good on your name. I'm at peace because I now speak my truth and help others. Mom was always right. Your pride is everything." And I'll just quickly, here's Master P's response. "I wouldn't wish this on no parent, especially when you try to do everything you can for your kid. Romeo, what's the plan? You're either part of the problem or part of the solution. I love you, and the door is always open for you. But he said, I won't tolerate disrespect. I haven't talked to you or seen you in months. God knows I've tried to do my best. Let's talk about it, fellas."
Man, they need to get their ass in therapy together, bro. That's some really heavy shit right there. And I hate to see shit like that play out in public, bro. Something broke in their relationship and they need to go try to fix it, man. That shit ugly, bro. That JD and I'm glad, you know what? At first I was like, why don't we start with this one? Man, this shit sad as hell. I'm actually glad you started out with the JD. Yeah, this one's sad, man.
Yo,
Yeah,
real talk, bro. That's hard right there, bro.
I can't even make a joke about that. That's legit sad, bro.
Like the other day, my son he's gonna be 9 years old, right? He's still in the little kid stages, right?
He's gonna be 9? Damn.
Yeah. And I know, right?
Don't want to work. That's different though, Nate. That boy was famous. That ain't working.
Yeah. I'm gonna get to the go ahead. I want to get to Naomi's point, but go ahead, Jay.
Go ahead, JC. My bad.
Yeah, my son. You know, I was leaving for work the other day, and my son tells me, "Hey, Dad, you know, I come to the house and I always see that you're always so serious. You get mad. I never see you smile, and that hurts me, bro. I damn well near teared up. Like I my eyes started choking and seriously, like my eyes got hella watery, bro. Because
like you never see you cry though, did you, bro?
No.
Oh, okay, just making sure. Just making sure, man. If you did, I was gonna talk to you off camera, but I'm just making sure. I'm sorry. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead, brother. Never let me see you cry.
You stupid. Nah. So he told me that, and I was like, damn, no. So I gave him a hug and I told him, listen, buddy, I love you. You know, and God knows that every time I come home and I see you here, I get happy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, bro, for me to have a relationship like that with my son, like, you know, it like for me to know that he notices me, that means a lot to me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I got to make sure that like I said earlier, I got to lead by example. You know what I mean? So hearing this, bro, between father and son, bro, that's kind of hard, bro.
So they used to dress alike, bro. They used to dress alike. Legit. Like
Come
this
on,
is
bro.
that, I can't like they used to legit dress alike, bro. This
Yo,
shit
for
crazy.
real, bro. That's why it's tough, man. It's tough as a father, bro. Especially in this culture that we living in nowadays, bro, where they'll try to cancel you out for any little thing. You know what I'm saying? You can't even discipline your kids right. You can't even like there's just so much going on. And you know what I'm saying? It's just bro, it's just what the hell, man?
Yeah, that shit ugly, man.
It
God
is,
damn.
bro.
We're gonna have to end on a high note because I don't even know what to say about that. I hope they get that shit together, man. But they need to actually go sit down and talk with somebody, bro, because that shit crazy. But can we say something on another note though, real quick?
Go ahead,
If
go ahead,
P
go ahead.
is kind of, if P has kind of fallen off, then we kind of see this coming. I mean, when he had that gold ceiling on the MTV Cribs joint, I thought about that first. I was like, let's say, for instance, Master P finances on, you know, it happens, right? But my man, you had a gold ceiling. Like, you know, I could see somebody with a gold ceiling kind of possibly going broke one day. You know what I'm saying? I can see
Unless
that,
you a
man.
narc.
Well, I mean, that's different. You
Yeah.
just get killed. You just get murdered. Yeah, that was some real Trump shit. But Trump
see it and
came from
say-
money, you know?
Because so I want to talk about hold on. I'm sorry.
Man, but shout out to Master P and Romeo, man. Hope y'all get that shit together, man.
Hold on, I want to
1,000%,
bring this up.
though. 1,000%.
Naomi has some stuff that she said in the chat. Shout out to my sister. She said, so she started off with saying, that's why you just don't put your child to work underage. She said that the kid actually say they hate the shit. So, but here becomes the thing, though, right? Here becomes the thing because it's a gift and a curse, apparently, right? Because, well, what's the gift, right? You get some of these kids who become wealthy beyond their imagination, live lives in terms of like not wanting for anything beyond their imagination. The trade-off, however, is do they have some trauma? I can't even understand that type of trauma, right? I'm not gonna act like I get it because it's just so different, right? Take like the Jackson 5 or take, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like I can't even like a normal person can't understand how big Michael Jackson got, right? From the time he was what, 5, 6 years old, like his entire life, people would touch him and pass out. Like he's not even real at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like so,
I still think he's an alien. I ain't even joking, bro. Like I think he's a fucking
his
alien.
existence isn't normal, right? Like, but the trade-off was that he didn't have a normal childhood, right? He didn't grow up like a normal person. That was the trade-off, unfortunately. So when they say like the kids don't like it, okay, they don't. But damn, you know what I'm saying? It's like the other side of that is look at how you know, like I don't know, like I'm not saying make your child because there are hundreds of stories of child actors and actresses that end up doing drugs, a bunch of like orgies, a bunch of crazy wild shit. Look at was it Drew Barrymore?
Drew Barrymore, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of wild shit when she was young. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. Like that's out there as well. But I'm just talking specifically if we go back to this, the Romeo and Master P situation. I know at one point in the post, Romeo was like, I never got no money from Rap Snacks. Hey, I don't know how much money Rap Snacks made. You know what I'm saying? But
trust me, nobody made money on Rap Snacks.
you know, but like, I think what happens also though, when like your dad is involved, that you don't even make sure the business is tight. You know what I'm saying? You just do shit off the strength.
Because your dad's involved.
Right. You just do it off the strength, right? And sometimes we got to also ask ourselves, if we weren't aware of P's potential financial situation, you know Romeo had to be aware, right? So if he's doing a play involving you, Romeo, he trying to get all hands on deck, try to get this money up. You know what I'm saying? Like it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So again, I don't know, bro. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but then again, bro, some of his plays also got Romeo a basketball scholarship to USC, didn't it?
Yes, sir. That's what I'm saying.
And I don't think he ever really played, but it still worked out for him. You know,
I mean, he played what 2 games?
Shit, I don't know, but he had a scholarship. You know what I mean? Like, did Romeo work on his game? You know what I'm saying? Like to be in it. You know what I'm saying? But it looked like what has Romeo done on his own though? At least Bow Wow has come out and he's done movies, he's done TV sitcoms and shit like that, bro. Romeo ain't never really done nothing on his own like that, from what I've ever seen.
Like Romeo was just on the damn season of Growing Up Hip Hop, or was it Growing Up Hip Hop? What was he on?
Yeah, because he's Masterpiece Son.
You know what's funny is that also on those shows, him and Bow Wow were both trying to go after Angela Simmons. Hilarious.
Get the hell out of here, for real.
Yeah, they both were trying to, because like Bow Wow used to like, right, like it's crazy.
That is funny, man. You know, they say Nas and Jay-Z still drop, but they say, you know how when Nas dropped, they say Jay-Z do some weird shit around that time because they still have like a rivalry or something. I guess that shit just never leaves, bro.
It's like you competitive, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Competitive, bro.
Yeah.
I don't want to run out of time because I want to get to Michelle Obama, because Michelle Obama said something here recently as well. Let me pull up Michelle Obama. Some people say that she's their forever first lady. Here goes Michelle for you Negroes. She was on something with Kelly Rowland, and they were talking about a lot of things. It was actually a really good conversation. It was a lot of women. I can't remember what the name of it was. I wouldn't give it the full credit, but it was a really good conversation. Y'all got time. It's talking just about life, kids, being a partner in a marriage. It's really, really good. Trust me, it's really, really good if y'all have time. But here where she goes, this is where she's talking about, should you be a friend to your child? And I think this is gonna put a kind of a bow on everything. We can kind of go into this. So let me pull this up real quick. Let me make sure my damn volume on. Here we go. Let's go.
And people think I'm being catty by saying this. It's like there were 10 years when kids were little, right?
Yeah.
Right? Because, you know, you can be all
to
hang out and watch the TV I want to watch.
Right.
But the minute we had you at the gym all the time.
Why you in my no.
Right, because look, they're cute and he's so cute. And look at him throwing his plate. 50.
Yeah.
Ever.
Hold on.
I would take 10 bad years over with you, but I respect you.
Oh, okay, hold on. That's the wrong clip. I'm sorry. I could have rocked with that. I could have rocked with that. He's talking about Barack more. So anyway, I can't find it right now. I'll find it in a second.
I know what clip you're talking about.
Yeah, because Kelly asked her, hey, you know, what about being a friend to your kid? And she jumped in and said, no. She said, no, you cannot be a friend to your kid. You have to be a parent. What say you, JC?
I say always be a parent first. Always. Parent, because, you know, they, like I said earlier, you know, the kids look up to you because you're their hero, essentially. You're the person that they're going to live life after. You know what I'm saying? So you always got to be the parent first. Discipline will always become, it would always be more than just a friendship. It is, you know, it's a lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? And if you want your kids to be successful, you know, they'll have many friends. You know what I'm saying? They'll have many friends growing up. They need a figure that is going to lead them in the right direction. So I would always say be a parent first.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Without having kids, I can agree with that, man. Like, I don't understand how is somebody a friend with their parent though? Like, how does that work? Like, you smoking weed with your parent and drinking with your parent or some shit like that?
Bro, you'd be surprised how many people do it.
Damn, that's some wild shit, man. I couldn't imagine.
Yeah, I think there's I don't know. I think that there's a transition at some point, right? To where, like, so for example, I'm old as hell. So, you know, me and my pops, I would say that we're friends, right? But, you know, we kick it, we can talk our talk. But there's still a level of, like there's always gonna be a level of respect, right? There. You know what I'm saying?
You can't just belt off at your old man like, oh, you old lying ass nigga, man. You ain't talking about shit.
Right.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah. You can't. Yeah.
You know,
I feel you.
Yeah, I agree with you on that, Roy. There's gonna be a time in life where there is a transition into where now it's two adults talking, even though,
right.
Like, you know, when I talk to my pops, I'll be like, what's going on, pops? How's it going? This and that, everything all right, cool, all right, yeah. And we talk like grown men, but like you said, there's always that level of respect because, you know, that's my pops. Like, I'm not gonna step out on the man, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think it has to come from the parent to be willing to, I don't want to say, hold on, let me play this Michelle Obama real quick. Hold on, I just found it real quick. Let me play this from Michelle, just so we can make sure we stay on point. Here we go. Here goes Michelle. Hold on.
a trusted friend too, or do you just put yourself in the parent box?
No.
Okay. No, that's a no.
What I say?
During this gentle parenting, then, Mrs. Obama.
Well, Kelly, this is the thing. It's like once you decide you want your child to be your friend, now you're worried about them liking you.
That's right.
And there's so much of parenting that has nothing to do with them liking you. So much of what you're going to have to teach them is counter to what they want.
That's right.
You know what you with a friend, you want them happy all the time.
Yes.
Your kids have to learn how to live in their unhappiness. They have to learn how to live with unfairness, and they have to learn it in their house. They can't. Their first bout of unfairness can't be at school, you know, or when they're 30. One more friend.
Well, question, but is
Okay, there we go. I think personally that was some wise words from Michelle Obama. That's just me personally, right?
Oh no, it was great, man. She's always been great though.
Yeah, just because, you know, like when you're dealing with your kid, listen, I got girls, so I'm even easier on them. And I already know without even having boys, I know for a fact that I'm easier on my girls than I would have been on a boy. And now people can have whatever the misogynistic comments they want to say about that. It's just the way of life, right? I think JC, who has a daughter and who has sons, would agree with me that there is a difference. I don't give a fuck, you know, people want
A huge difference. People
act weird, you know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
right?
I'm tougher on my boys than I am on my girl, and that's
right.
You know, it has nothing to do with preference. It's just like I want my men to be men. Like I want my boys to be men. You know what I'm saying? I don't want them to be, you know, I don't want them to be weak. You know what I'm saying? And when I say weak, I mean mentally, spiritually, physically, in every aspect. You know what I'm saying? So, and my daughter, all I gotta teach her, because she's witty as heck already, all I gotta teach her is how to stick up for herself. You know what I'm saying? But the boys, you gotta bound a little more, man, because you know, it's just I don't know, man. It's just like Roy said. It's definitely it's a difference, bro. It is a difference.
And then boys will buck on you too, man. I've always heard stories about a kid being like 15, 16, trying to get at their old man and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Almost trying to like engage in fisticuffs with their old man.
It's a natural thing. That's why I was saying the show. That's why I think maybe Bow Wow and Romeo are kind of going through. There's a natural time in which, and this is just nature, right? In nature, at some point, the young lion steps up to challenge the old lion. It's just a natural thing, right? And no matter what you want to say as that old lion, at some point, your kids are going to you're just going to naturally become too old to where you can become the protector and the provider, right? If you're 70, fam, trust me, you can't be you might want to be, right? The heart might be willing, but trust me, the body's not able, right? And you're going to have to transition into more of a counsel role, right? And let the young lions take over, right? But just to get back to Michelle, I'm sorry, to what Michelle Obama was saying about, you know, you can't be afraid. Listen, you know how hard it is to have girls and to sit back and to say, I gotta let them bump their head. I can't say, because like a part of parenting sometimes becomes that you have to see what's gonna happen and not save your child from it, right? Like you're not gonna let them get hurt to where like they maim themselves, but you have to sit back and say, let me let this play out because they need this, right? Like that's tough to know that they need, because Michelle Obama made a great point. You don't want that first experience to be in school or when they're 30, right? Because I think that's what's happened now in society as a whole. I'm going full JC now. That's what happened. Come on,
somebody.
But you're right though.
Yeah, in society as a whole, we've coddled, and I'm guilty of it too, but not like them. Where we've coddled our kids so much to where they can't handle anything, any adversity, right? Anything that the world throws at them that's not peaches and cream, they just can't handle it.
Shut the fuck down.
Yes. And it's sometimes lessons have to be taught that, hey, I get it. You don't think this is fair. The world is not fair
at all.
And those lessons have to sometimes be taught. And it's very difficult. I can tell y'all, for people who are not parents, it may sound like it's easy. Trust me, fam, your heart will drop having to watch your kid go through it. Because you want to be there and say them, but you gotta like, nah, I gotta let them. You know what I'm saying? Like if your kid's starting to learn how to ride a bike, you gonna fall, bro. Trust me, you're gonna fall off the damn bike, right?
Or
But-
when they tell you that first no,
Yeah.
how do you listen? I tell you, my daughter the other day, well, a couple months, well, no, I want to say about a year and a half ago. She was like,
Hold on, JC. This nigga went from the other day.
Them shits running together.
listen,
Couple months, then again.
listen. It feels like it was.
It's
yesterday.
COVID, man. It's COVID, ain't it? It's COVID, bro.
Listen,
We
I
all
feel
kind
like
of
it was
stuck in that
yesterday.
loop.
I feel like it was yesterday. All right, I feel like it was yesterday. But she was like, "Oh, Daddy is my life. I can do whatever I want." I was like, "I'm what?"
Hey, you know what? I remember that. We was barbecuing at Roy House and you came over and you had spoke
Yes.
on that.
Remember
I remember that? Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. That was definitely last year.
Yeah. So I'm over here like, hold on, what are you talking about? She's like, yeah, it's my life. I do whatever. I was like, take everything off and get the hell out of my house then. Wait, but I'm your daughter. Oh no, now you my daughter? Nah. Keep that same energy. I need you to leave. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I say this because as a dad, a lot of people without children be saying, oh, it's not that hard. Oh, just talk to them. This is how you should talk to them.
Oh, damn, they be saying that. I would never say no shit like that.
Yeah, I'll be like, yo, come into my house real quick. You talk to them and see if they don't slap you. Like, my kids ain't bad, but like, sometimes I gotta regulate, dog. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people that don't have kids need to understand that, man. That you don't just go into your house wanting to talk to them. Like you got to literally sit with them, and it's not just a regular talk, dog. Like you really got to abound in a lot of things, and especially nowadays, you got young kids asking grown-up questions, bro. Like, how do you answer that to a mind that doesn't even comprehend?
Because they have access to so much imagery nowadays. The one thing I realized during this cast is, God damn, I was raised terribly. Y'all niggas is doing a great job.
You know what's weird though, Blake? It's such a different time, right?
Yeah.
Completely.
And it's some stuff that you have to allow your kid to do. Like that's the part, you know what I'm saying? It's like, now that I realized that like my mom wasn't really letting me get away. I thought I was getting away with some stuff. I wasn't getting away with anything. She was just, my parents were just letting me just kind of, just giving me room. You know what I'm saying? Because like you have to do that. You got to do that. But you also have to know that like, yo, I know the stuff that's not going to work, right? Like you're at a point in your life to where okay, that's not going to work, right? That oil and water ain't going to mix, but you don't know that yet. So let's just sit back and let you, figure that out, right?
Yeah.
And then when you come to me, then we'll have a conversation about it, right? And I can explain to you why that didn't work. But there's also hard lessons, and I think Michelle Obama hit the nail on the head when she said you should want them to learn that at home versus waiting till they're out in the world, because now they don't have any coping mechanisms. You know what I'm saying? Like you need to tell your child, you know what? The answer is actually just no. Right? That's the answer. The answer is no. And when they say why, I don't even have a why for you. The answer is just no. Like me, I'm a parent that sometimes I do like to explain to my children why I'm saying no, right? Yeah. But sometimes the answer is just, you know what? No. That's just the fucking answer, right?
Yeah, that's it.
And I have to give them that answer sometimes, because in the world sometimes that's just the answer is no. That's what you're going to get. And no one's gonna give you an explanation. They're not gonna give a shit about your feelings. They don't care about your mental health. They don't care about your well-being. The answer is just no, right? And see, sometimes we get so caught up. I know me, I can speak to myself as a parent of wanting to. I'm from a generation, y'all know this, man. We all from the same generation of parenting where they said, kids should be seen and not heard, right? Do as I say, not as I do. All that old nigga shit, right? I was brought up under all that wild shit, right?
And they didn't know no better back then.
Yeah, but all I can say is that people did the best they could, right? I can't criticize them now. Now being a parent, I look back and say, shit, you know what I mean? I understand, you know what I mean? I didn't like it then, but I think now what we do, because we didn't like the way that necessarily we were brought up, sometimes we overcompensate as parents. You know what I'm saying? We overcompensate. And so what a lot of people do, and I'm guilty of it too, again, but not like them. I'm guilty of it too, of trying to say, man, when I was 13, I wish that my parents would have did this for me. So I'm gonna make sure that happens for my kid, right? But you know what I'm saying? Like now I'm trying to like, relive my 13-year-old years through what I would have wanted. And
But it ain't a bad thing wholeheartedly, though.
It's not a bad thing, but sometimes it can go so far, right? Because you gotta understand, we're coddling our kids from, first of all, as a society now, we all know this on this damn cast. Society now is a little bit, not a little bit, a lot softer.
A lot softer. The fuck, don't ever, yeah, a little.
Right? And then on top of that, parents are way more softer than we used to be, right? So there is really no natural resistance. You got to think about it. Like my oldest daughter, for example, I remember I was talking to her about 6 months ago, and I was telling her, it just jumped into my brain because she's in high school now. It jumped into my brain that she's never rode a school bus before. Elementary, junior high, high school.
Drop off and pickups?
Always been pickup.
Jesus Christ, superstar.
And I was telling her, I was like, it's crazy that like, sometimes on that school bus is where a lot of stuff a lot of growing up happens on the school bus, right? You got to ride home with these people every day. People are talking loud, throwing stuff, fighting.
On the walk home.
Yeah, right. Now you got to walk home. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot that happens in there, and she's just kind of been sheltered from that. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't even anything intentional. It was just kind of like the way shit went. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was just, but like she doesn't know that experience of like having to ride that school bus home. Cause like, trust me, they got to go to all these other damn neighborhoods first, dropping people off. And you know what I'm saying? It's wild on the school. Everybody who's on the school bus know it's wild on the bus. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what though, Roy? Like it's fitting for today because we grew up in the crack era.
This is true.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's so much different today, man. That those old parenting styles will fucking break a kid, and it's not necessary. Your kid will go to school being a bully and shit. Trying to do those old parenting styles today. So honestly, y'all doing what's fitting for today, bro. Dude, it's a lot better outside than it was back when we were young.
That's a fact.
The 90s? Yeah. Come on, bro. JC, don't look like that. The 90s, nigga, you was in the Bronx.
No, that's what I said.
I was in Memphis and I was in Chicago seeing the same shit. It was weird.
Yeah, that was the reason for my face, bro. Because I swear to God, if these kids were to live in my era in the Bronx,
I thought you were saying it's better. Okay.
Right. Nah, bro, they won't survive a day. They won't survive a day in any of our childhoods, bro. It's just the society was way different back then. There was very limited access to the internet. You know what I'm saying? Like there wasn't cell phones and.
You might agree. I wonder if you'll agree with me on this, right? So, like back when we grew up, if somebody was like, if you came home sad or crying, and your parents were like, "What's wrong?" and you was like, they was talking about my clothes. Your parents were like, "Yo, talk about that shit." You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Today, you know what happens is the parent goes to the school and says, "Hey, somebody's bullying my child."
Raise hell.
That's what happens today. No, I'm not saying
if they hit you, hit them back.
Hey, you know what's funny, bro? You know what's funny? My ex-wife told me my daughter had an incident in school where she pushed a little kid, so she was in detention. This was the first time I ever heard of an incident like that for my daughter. So I asked my daughter when she came home, I was like, "Baby, what happened?" She goes, "Oh, I pushed her." And I was like, "Why?" Because my daughter's not confrontational. You know what I'm saying? So she says, "Well, she hit me." Oh. And I was like, bro, I was a proud dad at that time. I was a very proud dad because I didn't even have to say, "Baby, they hit you, you hit them back." You know what I'm saying? Because that's what my mom told me when I was young. You know what I'm saying? So the simple fact that I know my daughter can defend herself, you know what I'm saying? I was proud of that. But it's to your point, Roy. Nowadays, you got kids, parents going to the schools. "Oh, well, your son was talking badly about mine, and now mine feels bullied, and he doesn't want to go back to school." Bro, grow up. Yeah. Like, come on, man. I
think the anti-bullying thing is good, but I also see how I grew up, how like a little bullying, I'm not saying this is necessarily a bad thing, right?
Man, what the hell the world, hey man, what the hell the world gonna do to you when you get out here?
That's what I'm saying, because
that's the biggest bully of them all.
Yeah,
the biggest.
We get ready to get up out here tonight, but I do want to put this up from Courtney because this is interesting. I like to put up books. He said, "The Coddling of America, the Coddling of the American Mind" is a really good book. That speaks a lot on how I guess he's trying to say how you parents are really to blame for a lot of what people blame children for. I 100% agree with that. I don't think it is. I think it's the way that the parents have basically brought them up that whole time. It's like that's what they've known. And again, man, every parent who's ever existed wants to protect their children. We just protect them differently now. Like, bro, I remember being I remember when I was 10 years old, I used to walk outside on the weekend and not come back until like 7:00 at night. Like y'all know this, the rule was come home when the street lights come on.
Yeah.
That was the rule. Bro,
Yeah.
you understand that now in 2022, I would never let my kids stay out till the street lights come on by themselves. Just wandering around. Fuck out of here.
Bro, it's my house. And we got a gate. We got a gate that encloses the house. You know what I'm saying? Where they can play freely in the front yard. And I know because the gate is closed, ain't nobody gonna try anything stupid. But even at that, bro, I got my Ring camera on, making sure I'm watching them just to make sure that nothing goes down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because unfortunately, the times that we live in nowadays, bro, you don't know who's who or what's what. You could go to Walmart and niggas be creeping.
Yo, was there human trafficking back in our day?
I'm pretty sure there was.
Motherfuckers shoot you, but they wouldn't like kidnap you and like try to make you sell yourself like how they do. Like that shit's really bad now.
Yeah, now it's a lot. I think it's a lot different now, right? I think that they were like, because again, like I said, man, it was very normal for kids to like leave their house in the morning and not come back, or leave their house midday and not come back until the street lights came on. That was just like a normal occurrence in the neighborhood. But you know what though, too, Blake? I think neighborhoods have changed a lot as well, right? Like there was a time like when we were growing up where when you were in your neighborhood, like you knew people on your street, the other street. I'm talking about, when I say you, I'm talking about like your parents. Your parents knew the neighbors on both sides. They knew the people across the street, around the corner, and they
behind you,
right? And everybody knew everybody's kids, right? So, they'd be like that. Don't worry about it. That's just that Blake boy coming by. You know what I'm saying? Like they knew who you were. You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of like if people would look out. Now,
nobody interacts.
People don't really talk to their neighbors like that.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
All right, man. Let's get ready to get up out of here for the night, though, man. It's been a great show. I appreciate y'all for the night, man. I needed this talk tonight. If y'all want to get some ratchetness, man, join us tomorrow. We're gonna talk about Krishan Rock. We're gonna talk about Blueface, Meg Thee Stallion, Tory Lanez. All
dance, bitch, dance.
Yeah, tomorrow, man. Get into that, man. From Tuesday nights, man. Y'all enjoy. We can say Christmas now, right? We ain't gotta say Happy Holidays. We can say both, right?
Merry Christmas to everybody. Merry Christmas.
I'm Jewish, sir. Hanukkah.
Technically,
Hanukkah.
today is the third day of Hanukkah, right?
Yeah.
Merry Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah. Happy Hanukkah.
Merry Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah. It's a special Hanukkah to Amari Stoudemire and Kyrie Irving. You did?
Yeah. Oh man, you letting Dr. Umar down, not saying nothing about Kwanzaa.
Yeah, let's stop this.
Man, say nothing about Kwanzaa at all.
Kwanzaa, you did? Whatever it is, man. Listen, you know what's funny? People hate Happy Holidays. The Happy Holidays, I think the reason people started saying it because it just encompasses everything. Right. I don't think it was a diss on Christmas. I think it was just like a way to just be like, hey, whatever it is you into, bro, here you go.
Right.
You know, so Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. You dig? Whatever it is, man. Shout out to y'all, man. Y'all be safe out there. It's a cold front, basically finna sweep over the whole goddamn country. So y'all stay warm, man.
Yeah, snow.
Yeah, get your scoop of some tea. Be up out of here, man. Peace.